Hey there, I'm back again, and we're talking about one of my favorite things to talk about, and I'm sure I'll make more than one video about it. Um, how we talk to ourselves. Negative talk, positive talk, all the talk. Talk, talk, talk. You ever see South Pacific? Happy, 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 happy talk. Talk about things you like to do. You've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, then how you gonna make a dream come true? Anyways, highly recommend. Watch the show. It's a musical. Anyways, I think a more recent media reference would be Inside Out, which is a fun cartoon that Disney made, and it's about all little voices inside our brain. And I loved it. I loved it so much. And I even loved the second one. And I don't play hockey, and I'm not blonde, but it just resonated with me a lot. And I think it's because I never really thought about how I talk to myself in private. And that's what I want you to think about is how do you talk to yourself in private when no one's around, no work, no family, no friends, no anybody, right? It's just you alone in a room by yourself thinking about this because it doesn't really work any other way. I mean, if you're in a crowded subway and you have your headphones on, maybe, but the world is very distracting. And I've definitely realized that over the last 5 years of my life. It's very distracting. There's always something on TV. There's always something on my phone. There's always something to do. I mean, I live in Los Angeles. There's always something to do, somewhere to go, all that good stuff. And it wasn't until spent a lot of time with myself and I really thought about this that it had such a profound effect on me because in like a flash of the pan kind of be like, oh yeah, I love myself, or oh yeah, I talk good about whatever. But what happens is the people who we surround ourselves with, like our family and friends, and I know we can't control who our family is. Hopefully they're beautiful, wonderful people, but I know the world is not perfect. It's their reflection. It's what they see in us that we wind up absorbing, right? Most of the time. And it is a very solid, valuable skill set to have your own opinions and thoughts about yourself and who you are and all of that good stuff. But it is human nature that the people around us have that effect on us of how they think about us, how they feel about us. So if you have really great people around you, that's what I want for all of us, for you, for me, for all of us. And they're like, we got you. We believe in you. You're the best. Bob, I don't know a Bob, so we'll just say Bob. I'm sure I do know a Bob, but not off the top of my head, not in my close proximity. And if Bob is your friend and you lift Bob up and you say good things about Bob, then Bob's going to feel great, and I think it's important that that's a two-way street, so if Bob and Carol, I don't know Bob and Carol, so this is why I'm using those names. If Bob is like, Carol, did you want to start that business? Yeah, you could do anything. Here's some resources or ask, this guy because he knows about businesses. And Bob's like, oh, well, I really like to find true love. And Carol's like, yeah, Bob, you can do that. You could go do this and, well, let's go to a salsa class and maybe you'll meet some, whatever. The point is that we lift each other up. We have each other's backs. Loyalty is a part of that, but we're just talking about friendship right now, baby steps, friends and family, even coworkers. And it's tough because with coworkers, there's really not that expectation to do that because you all got hired. So whoever the boss is or the manager, whoever does the hiring, they make those choices. I mean, I can't imagine what Gary Vee's team's like, and I would love to talk to you about team building, Gary Vee, because it's one thing to take your group bowling or silent disco, but team building is really when we have a chance to work together on things that help us sort of become better versions of ourselves, whether it's active listening. Yes, people always say things like, oh, trust exercises. I have doing this for 10 years. Never, ever, ever have I condoned a trust fall. So last time I did a trust fall was in the 90s for musical theater. And trust falls are probably not called that in musical theater. And so, yes, we're talking about self-talk. And so it really wasn't until the last decade of my life that I realized how valuable this is and what people around me, their energy brings to my world, my table. And I only allow people now in my close proximity of my life who are on that same level with me, right? So, I'm a hype woman. So if you're in my life and we are close, you know that like I want the best for you. I want to lift you up. I want to tell you how great you are. I want to tell you that you can do anything, because I really do believe like any of us can do anything. You saw those women be astronauts, right? No comment. But the point is, it happened and they've been to space. So you really can do anything. And, I don't need any silly comments about, and you can comment because a comment's a comment, but, it's like, oh, well, I can't do this if I'm, missing a leg, or, I can't do hair extensions if I'm bald. Like, I understand the parameters of life. I understand the parameters of life. What I am saying is that, if you want to change jobs, if you want to change locations, if you want to, whatever you want to do in life, you can do. Is it going to be easy? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't mean it can't be done, right? So I think having positive people in our lives is so valuable. I can't even put a price on it. It's that valuable. And that happens when we think about the way we talk to ourselves, because if you sit at home at night, or if you wake up and you immediately have these negative thoughts about yourself, it's very easy to do examples of this when it comes to weight loss, but it really applies across the board. But I'll use weight loss as an example. So if you sit there and you're like, I can never be my high school weight, or I can never be physically fit, or I can never fit into those pants, or I can never run a mile. I'm not trying to run a mile. However, if I wanted to, I could. It would take time. I'd have to work at it. I'm not a big fan of the running, but I could do it. And I think anybody could do whatever it is they want to do. If you're in finance and you want to be an esthetician, you could do that. Or if you're an esthetician and you want to be in finance, you could do that. I think we have to have a lot more faith in ourselves as the beautiful human beings we are. And that's difficult to have if you don't have the type of people in your life that also have that lifting up energy for you. It's think about it like this. Like, let's say you have an issue and you go to a friend, you want to talk about your issue to your friend. We'll go with Bob and Carol. Bob and Carol are my people of the day. And Carol's like, oh, Bob, Ted cheated on me and I'm so sad and depressed. And if Bob spirals with you and he goes to the bar with you and he gets hammered with you, and then you both are super drunk, and that is how you dealt with whoever cheating on you, that's probably not a friend that's lifting you up. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go out with the girls, have some martinis, vent about the day. Like, I'm here for it. I'm not a big all the time drinker, but I occasionally have a few martinis with my close girlfriends and we talk about all the things. But it is really how we talk to ourselves that manifests our reality, and so when you wake up in the morning, if you're saying things in your head like, oh, it's going to be a great day and I'm so blessed and I have these things and everything, even if there's a tough thing going on in your life, that's going to help you have a much better day than if you wake up and you're like, oh, I have to do this and I have to do this and I don't want to do this. Number one, I'm not trying to hang out with those people, no offense if that's your vibe, but I do much prefer hanging out with people that are more like, okay, it's a new day. Let's have some coffee. Let's go for a walk. Let's see the world. Let's see what's going on. Let's be productive. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's embrace the moment. There's a reason the present is called a present, and it's because it is. And as cheesy as that sound, it is super duper true. It is super duper true. Yeah. It's a gift. And so you want to enjoy the gift, because guess what? One day, the gift will be taken away. Not my call. I'm not in charge. But whether, it's taken away a year from now or 5,000 years from now, I don't know what these biohackers are doing. It's still a gift. And if you're blessed enough to wake up and the air fills your lungs and you get to see the sun, trust me, there are a lot of people out there who are having a tough time with both those things. And so I'm all about living in gratitude and being blessed, changing my mindset from being so thankful for what it is that I have instead of dwelling on what it is that I don't have really changed my life. And it's crazy to say that, because I just really knew that I needed to reframe and rewire the way I think. And by doing that, it changed everything about me. I mean, I'm still very upbeat. I'm still very positive. That's just sort of in my nature because I enjoy being a happy person. And like, it's not like tough stuff hasn't happened to me in life. It's happened to all of us, especially if you get to a certain age. But I definitely look at everything very differently. And I'm so thankful for the people in my life. And I'm so thankful for the person that I am today. And I just want to bring joy. And, you know, especially when it comes to team building, because that's what I have a lot of experience in, and singles events, you know, matchmaking, things like that. All that matters is how you think about yourself, and that energy will shine through you, because what you don't realize is that we are sharing energy with each other all the time, whether we like it or not. It is just part of being humans. You share energy with others. That's why, like, some people are like, well, when she walked into the room, yeah, maybe she was gorgeous and beautiful and wearing something elegant and amazing, but it's that energy, whether it's a man or a woman, anyone, doesn't matter. It's the energy that enters the room first. So, what was I talking about? The way you talk to yourself in your head. You have all those little cartoon characters, like from the movie. If you can think about that, which of them are winning? Which of them are you believing? Which of them are you listening to? You're in control. It's your brain. It's your head. It's your life. It's your day. So, anyways, that's my take on it. You're number one. It's all connected. Everything you do in this existence is connected. And I believe that you got it. You're going to be great. Everything's going to be wonderful. And I thank you for watching. And I can't wait to see you till next time. And until then, you're number one. Remember that. And make sure you say good things to yourself. Bye.